Hey guys, I'm here. Welcome back for episode 21, the penultimate episode of season 1 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We are almost through our first season, and what a wild ride it has been, man. I'm just excited to get into this, so let's go ahead and jump right in, guys. If you want to see the full length reaction, check that out over on Patreon, or if you got a member of the channel, get you access as well. It is a watch-along format, so you will need your own footage to sync up with the time codes from our reaction the entire episode. Over there, you get the same thing for all the other shows and movies that we cover on the channel. You also get to suggest and vote on what movies we react to each month. We got monthly Q&As, behind-the-scenes footage, and try to make it worth your while, since you're going to be supporting the channel. But guys, at the end of the day, I really appreciate it. Enjoy this reaction. At least leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already, because it really helps these videos out. Huge shout out to the team over at Prepper for helping me edit down these highlights. And with that all said and out of the way, let's go ahead and hop into episode 21, Ragtag. Here we go.
Grant Ward.
Oh.
Told me about a pissed off young cadet with off-the-chart eye-hand coordination who went AWOL, stole a car, drove over 1,000 miles home only to try and burn the place down.
Would you like to help me burn the world down?
I work for a secret organization that's always looking to recruit young men like you.
Why should I trust you?
Don't trust anybody, ever, especially me.
Hey, at least he's upfront about that aspect of it.
Me will be the hardest thing you've ever done. But on the other hand, no one will ever screw with you again.
Except me, of course.
Say yes. It'll be hard, but fun.
You have a weird idea of fun, buddy.
Say yes.
Bill Pax is so good at being, like, sleazy.
I told you it was gonna be fun.
This superhuman assassination was carried out by a man, monster, or
Oh,
machine.
wow.
The correct answer.
Wow.
Why would he kill a drug lord with known ties to HYDRA? Well, if they really are in Colombia, then Garrett in our hijacked plane might not be in American airspace. I have to expand our search.
Guys,
Hey, unless it's kind of a mix of what I said, where Garrett might have just been using HYDRA for his own ends, his own means, doesn't really believe in the mission statement, or, again, somehow it still all fits into everything.
shipped items to Quinn, who was working for the clairvoyant, who turned out to be Garrett, who planted Ward on our bus because he wanted to know I didn't stay dead. Should have drawn another chart for this part.
Oh my
He
god.
wants GH325 as its final ingredient, a way to stabilize.
God, that made me think of the, God, I can't remember the name of the video. I think it was IGN. There's this guy who does like these breakdowns of video games and elaborate theories and all this stuff, and he tried to do like this, like, let me explain Kingdom Hearts to you. And it was hilariously like that, except way, way worse. I'm gonna have to look that up, man.
So if you're with me, I'm gonna finish what I started. I'll be damned if I'm gonna let Garrett and Ward get away with murder. And I want my plane back.
It's actually just all about the plane, guys. It's a pretty sick plane.
Spectacular thing you did back there, Mikey. If I didn't know better, I'd swear you're starting to enjoy your job.
Yes, this is it. This is it. Polygon, sorry. Brian David Gilbert, Understanding Kingdom Hearts. Unraveled, that was the series. He does a series of videos. They're all freaking hilarious, but that one just stands out as one of his all-time greats, man. I might be a little biased in that way, but still.
That's what I'm talking about. Happy campers.
I think you'll be happy too. We're close to replicating the drug that healed Skye and brought Coulson back to life. And the data from Skye's heart.
Okay.
I've uploaded everything to the lab in Cuba. They'll have initial results by the time you land.
You never disappoint, do you, Flowers? Wish everyone on my team had the same success rate.
Rude?
It's Ward. What if Garrett put an exploding eye into him to control him? Maybe that's why he betrayed us.
Oh, wow.
Something must have happened.
Hey, sorry it took so long.
Fitz.
My mom's real sentimental about Granddad's howling commando stuff.
Now, Trip with
Aww.
his granddad's spy tech to help us out. We should systematically take a full inventory of oh my god, is that a handheld hypno beam? This is amazing. Almost as cool as a transistorized blast gun.
Aww.
item stuff from the back of a comic book?
Come on, girl. That's not really a joy buzzer. That's a EMP. Knocks power out in about a 10-foot radius.
Nice.
Oh. Thanks, Trip. This is a huge help. Gives us a fighting chance against these bad guys.
Maybe turn it off, because it's still on. Jesus.
Watch out, Hydra. Here we come.
It's fine. We can make this work.
1,000 acres of Wyoming woods and meadows already paid for.
My immediate thought was that this makes so much sense. The dog from Duck Hunt was Hydra.
Family'd be happy to never see you again. As for cops, well...
He was a sadistic kind of evil, that dog.
Right, this isn't fair. If you'd have told me I'd have brought tools or food...
Stop blaming me for your own failure. Makes me not like you. You want it easy? Go back to juvie. I'll leave Buddy here. You take care of him, maybe he'll take care of you. I'll be back in a couple of months.
And then by the end of it all, you're going to have to execute him to prove you're not a bitch. I would not put that past him to do something like that. Here, bond with this animal. Now kill it.
Hi, welcome to Cybertech.
They look like goobers. I love it.
Guys, just keep them busy a minute longer.
Okay, now, show them the ISO bullet. I designed this to be powerful.
I designed this to be powerful, non-lethal.
And my challenge was that it could only hold a dose of 85 micrograms of dendrotoxin. You should have run the specs by me before building the mold.
We've seen one of these bullets before. What did they use it with?
Oh, the sleepy sleep gun, I think.
That's right. Our team took this rudimentary concept and converted it into an aerosol grenade.
Rude.
But this is an ICER. Triple the stopping power and a much cooler name.
What else do you have?
Here we go. Building
Well, fuck
permit
you.
Cybertech's filed in the city.
Does your sweater itch?
A little bit.
I wonder if that is going to come back. Yeah. Okay. What is this, Power Rangers?
I think I know where you couldn't find the mainframe.
There isn't one.
What do you mean there isn't one?
All the files are hard copies.
Wow.
You gave them my son. All I see are pictures of him in a cell.
I was following orders. Just like you.
Ooh.
Then why are you here?
For you and others like you. People with gifts. I'm waiting for what's inside to be revealed.
The fuck does that mean?
Where does she come from?
Why do you care?
Because inside, I believe she and I have something in common.
Okay,
Like Peterson's file.
How can this all be Project Deathlock? 1990?
Oh, wow.
Garrett was the first Deathlock.
Huh. Interesting.
Get ready for a large file transfer.
So just a metal hip plate. Oh, fuck. Talk about a download.
You're gonna let me die.
You were gonna let Deathlock kill me to get that hard drive.
Come on, we both know the girl wasn't gonna let you die. You said yourself, Skye's a soft touch, just like you.
Ooh.
All these years and you're still playing the victim. Sometimes I ask myself why I ever bothered.
John?
Ooh, his shit giving him problems.
Started Project Deathlock way back in 1990. Look at this. He was patient zero.
We've been looking at all this backwards.
Like, what does just this metal plate in his side do for him? He's, I don't know.
I'm dying. Cybertech team gives me a month, 2 tops.
Ooh. Can we speed that up?
You never came out to eat.
Not much of an appetite.
No.
Fitz can't process the truth about Ward, not yet. What he said, it's what he needs to believe.
It's what he wants to believe.
Being controlled?
Absolutely not.
You know, I never gave you enough credit for this whole Zen warrior thing. But I gotta admit, it'd be nice to feel nothing right now.
You think I don't feel anything?
You're a statue. And you and Ward had a thing. So if anyone should be furious...
I am, but I'm sure as hell not gonna waste it on a tantrum.
No.
I'm gonna mine it, save it. And when we find Ward, I'm gonna use every bit of it to take him down.
Wish I knew how to use that hate foo.
I'm up most mornings at 5.
Hell yeah! That got me. That got me.
I knew there was a reason I didn't rip out that silver tongue of yours. Everything on schedule?
Your flamboyant display in Bogota got a lot of people's attention.
So what does his cybernetics even do for him?
So I'm not sure how interested he'll be in what I found out about Skye.
Skye?
I should go straight to Garrett.
Garrett's got more important things to worry about.
And I need to know about Skye.
Been looking for her parents for a while. It's not exactly a secret.
But that's what intrigued me. That and her DNA. It appears to be a match for someone I heard about a long time ago.
You know something about Skye's history?
Years ago, a village in the Hunan province in China was destroyed. Every man, woman, and child torn apart by monsters trying to find that baby. The baby's parents were the monsters.
Wait. Huh? What? Oh. We'll figure it out. We'll get to it when we get to it. I'm not going to unpack that right now.
I was half expecting you to be long gone.
I was half expecting you to never come back. You said a couple of months. It's been 6.
Been out of the country on assignment.
And he got real good at surviving on his own. He built his own gun out of just wood and sticks.
I couldn't be prouder if you were my own. I lied about the tacos.
What's that for?
Your next lesson.
How to shoot.
Your turn.
I could shoot random objects too in no order in particular. I don't think that was the badass display he thinks it was.
We've distilled the genetic components of all the previous samples down to one single vial.
It'll do what we talked about.
It should regenerate and heal cells, just like it did in Skye and Coulson. So take good care of it. That's the only one in the world.
We found the boss. It's on an airfield outside Abel, Santa Maria, packing up to leave.
We're on our way. How far is that from our location?
About 3 hours, but by the looks of it...
Damn.
If there's a computer system in that barbershop, we don't have to chase him anymore. We just plug it in, we wake up the Trojan horse, and we're off to the races.
Worth a shot.
Let's do it.
Horse puns.
If they get away, we'll be back to square one. I can't handle square one again.
Garrett's there. Which means Ward's probably there too. We'll get him from the car.
Shit.
I got fragged by an IED outside Sarajevo. When I radioed for medevac, I got nothing but an earful of excuses. That's when I realized I was more loyal to S.H.I.E.L.D. than S.H.I.E.L.D. was to me. So I decided if I made it out, if I survived, I was gonna treat them the way they treated me. And I stuffed my intestines back inside, duct taped myself shut, and humped my way out.
So this is just personal. This is just a personal vendetta against S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Well, it's more like I work for a secret organization inside another secret organization. You ever heard of HYDRA? HYDRA understands the importance of survival.
Okay, well, he seems to line up with that aspect of it at least, so that confirms part of that little back and forth I was having in my head.
What's he got there?
One of those prank joy buzzers. Yeah, you know me, always kidding around.
Oh!
An EMP.
Looks like the joke's on you.
God damn.
Garrett's dying.
Not sure this will work.
All this other stuff is still on too. Might be shielded. I mean, it's very possible a lot of this stuff could be shielded, but oddly enough, his shit's not.
Ward, let him die. He deserves to die.
Get them out of here.
No. Fitz wants so bad for Ward to, like, come back.
If you're gonna work within S.H.I.E.L.D. for HYDRA, you can't ever get attached to anyone or anything. You have to fight that weakness in you.
Yes, sir.
Good. Now take care of Buddy and we'll get out of here.
Yep, there it is. There it is.
Put down Fitz and Simmons.
What? No.
It's my centipede serum.
It's the only thing that's been keeping me alive these past few months.
Why isn't it making you strong?
I'm too far gone.
Can we speed that up?
Maybe you can jumpstart it. With this.
Coulson will find us, won't he?
Is she gonna do it?
Go.
Damn, nice. Shit.
He doesn't care about us, about anything.
No, I don't believe that. We're friends, aren't we?
Okay.
Ward, look at me.
Think about this.
Ward, just turn around. Don't do it. Don't do it, Ward. Okay, you don't have to do this. Ward. You don't have to. You have a choice. I know that you care about us, Ward.
You're right. I do. It's a weakness.
I can't promise it'll work. And once it's gone, I won't be able to make any more.
Without it, I'm dead for sure. So, what the hell?
That's it.
What if she lied about it?
Is it done? If the job was easy.
Oh! Does the extremist not like it? Or is that just a temporary hiccup?
What are you feeling?
The universe.
Okay.
Over here.
You know, maybe a little bit of Fitz is getting into me a little bit, but like, Ward didn't like vent the oxygen in that tank. He didn't whatever, but he did deploy it, that cargo hold off. I imagine it's sealed. I imagine at least they have oxygen for a little while, and maybe even, what the fuck? And maybe there's a beacon on it. Maybe, what? Oh no. That's great.
Are you proposing to sell us this super soldier of yours?
God, no. I'm proposing to sell you 1,000 of them. Better, stronger, faster.
Operation Daft Punk.
Which is why we are expanding our super soldier operations into a brand new, state-of-the-art cyber tech facility. You and your friends like a tour?
Fun, fun, fun. Like I was saying, I don't know. I don't know. Like what we saw from that glimmer. I imagine he let the dog go. You know, as we saw when he was handed the handgun to do the deed, but then to prove his point, because we saw that scope following the dog, and I don't think that was him. I think that had to have been Garrett to me, you know, showing him the kind of consequence of not doing that either. Which both, regardless of which way that went, would be a lesson. Definitely feels like a lesson he would have taught. But if that is the case, then this is a similar situation. While on the outside, it might look like he followed through in his orders. He got rid of them. I think he said he'd get rid of them or take care of them or something like that. He wasn't specific. He didn't say kill them. I don't know. He got them out of there. I don't know. Damn it. Fuck. Like, Ward owes him his life. So it's not one of these situations where he believes in HYDRA. He's following HYDRA. He's following Garrett. And Garrett has found value in HYDRA. So, like, it's this messy little thing. It doesn't absolve him at all of his decisions that he's made. Like he said, like Garrett even said, all of this he earned on his own. All these things are his choice at the end of the day. So, like, you know, he could have walked away at any point, but he feels this obligation to Garrett for getting him out of his situation when he was a kid and giving him these skills and training him up and all these things, regardless of how that all came about. But it seems like there's always that side of him that's still in there, that he's fighting to bury. And we saw some glimmers of it here. But my lord, seriously, look at your surroundings, look at what you're doing, look what you're involved in, and does that feel right? And he's still here. So that is where it gets not as muddy in my head. Like, I'm still right there kind of with Skye, with May. There's a line. And I think he's very, very much so chosen that line, but Fitz was still holding out that hope because he's an innocent. He's definitely the most innocent. Honestly, I would have argued Skye at that point, but like, this really wrecked her. She's definitely riding the rage train right now, where Fitz is just completely in denial. And Simmons is right there with everybody else, you know, following the facts, following the logic and all this. And it's just unbearable, man. And honestly, Fitz is, and I've even called him that a couple times, man, he's the puppy on the team. And he had to put his puppy down. I don't necessarily understand what, as the original Deathlock in this program, what was the benefits of that? Was it just a literal torso replacement for the one that he had blown out? You know, he said he duct taped himself back in. He put his intestines back in and duct taped himself up until he found help, and then ended up with this side casing. You know, does it provide any benefits other than keeping his organs in? Because that's where I'm just kind of lost. Is it just cybernetics in general at that point? Like replacements, organ containment, or flesh replacement? You know, it's not quite an enhancement at that point. That maybe is what Deathlock later became, until we got to kind of what Mike Peterson has become, and now they've used what they've done with him and replicated it against I don't know how many other people in grand total right now, but at least like 3 or 4 popped up there at the end to jump our gang back in that barbershop as they were trying to find the computers there so they can upload their flash drive and get that Trojan virus that Skye put in their system, activating that. I guess on the flip side of that, though, we have the bus with Fitz and everybody on there with Garrett, and then with Raina working on this other stuff and also kind of like digging into what Skye was looking into, and because she's very curious about people with powers. You know, she would always seek out people with powers. That was all what her Project Centipede was all centered around, was trying to replicate that, spur that on, improve that, grow, cause the next step in human evolution, so to speak. But she also implies that she shares similar DNA to Skye, which raises a couple of questions. But again, she's unlocked at least some part of what Skye's been hiding. Not that Skye has been purposefully hiding anything. She just doesn't know the truth about herself. But she's kind of seen these seeds that have been planted, that she's in this 084 or something worth keeping an eye on, something in particular that she has been studying. And then in doing that, she found the files and stuff that were kind of sealed off that she had found when she was looking into her parents, and then discerned and learned and shared with Ward that her parents was part of the kill squad that took out that village, the one where she was at as a baby before S.H.I.E.L.D. could get her away. So that, again, increases the complexity of this puzzle. Like, what was that relationship? Why were they trying to get to this child, their own child? And why did they decimate everything around them? I should remember this, but I don't. But I just want to know where that leads. Again, like I said before, one of the only other things outside of this season that I remember is a village. And it does, from what I do remember, have something to do with who or what Skye is. I just want us to get to that. I'm excited to see that unravel. I'm excited to see that to come to fruition and see if that connects at all with this serum that she's been injected with, that has now been injected into. Actually, it's like, from what she said, it's a little more purified, refined version of what was given to Coulson, the way she described, the way she recreated it, but that she administered just now to Garrett. You know, I was hoping for a hot minute because she was hyping it up a little bit. Are you sure you want to do it? It's the last of it. Are you sure? You sure? You know, and I thought it was going to be like a fake and she was going to kill him because like while he's been great at helping fund her resources, her experiments and all this kind of stuff, but she seemed kind of like a little peeved that they don't have actual similar worldviews in mind and that this was all about him trying to cheat death. So like that seemed like it bothered her a little bit. So I thought she was probably going to try to kill him or taint that dosage and take him out that way. Seems like it worked, whatever it was. He was like, I see the universe. Ah! I don't know what it does to him, especially given the fact that he's pumped full of centipede as well. Again, this is something that I've seen echoed a few times while watching the show in the comments and stuff like that. The missing of the 20-some episode format. You know, there's a lot of character growth. There's a lot of payoff. There's a lot that you get to experience throughout all of these episodes that really sell and make this back half sing because we had all of that time in those earlier episodes. That said, I highly agree, but there's a counter to that. Not everyone is able to write that very well. Like, I do enjoy that format myself in particular, but I've seen shows squander that. I've seen shows meander. I've seen shows not utilize all of those episodes in ways that benefit the story itself or the characters for that matter. This first season has been extremely tight. Everything has mattered in one way or another. All these 22 episodes has all built upon one another. Elements have come back, characters have come back, storylines have come back. There are callbacks to conversations with different characters. Relationships have evolved and grown. I have not seen a season at this length and marry all this together this well. So it is this isolated case in a way, at least in my experience from the shows that I've seen, which is mostly within this sphere, this genre and all this kind of stuff around the same time that this was going on. You know, it is pretty damn strong. The only one I would kind of say had a pretty solid comparison might be Arrow season 1, Flash season 1. A lot of them really struggled to maintain that format, and Flash, I think, took the largest hit. And then you have the other shows that just never really locked it in. And a lot of those also just had straight up standalone episodes. When you look at the grand scheme of this season as a whole, there's not really a standalone episode. Like, everyone served a purpose, whether or not it's for the story, it's for the character, and how that will then fuel that character's decision in a later episode. Like, even what feels like a standalone episode really isn't, and you don't see that. You definitely don't see that a lot at all. Again, I think Arrow season 1 is the only example of that I can even think of within the Arrowverse that did that. Every one of those was furthering that tale, that narrative, that mission. So like it's interesting to me to see like this show have just such a strong hold on this format. That said, speaking of one relationship that really shined through in this one and really got me tearing up a little bit was, again, May. Like, especially considering where Skye and her started off on kind of the wrong foot. You know, May wasn't sure she should be here at all. She very much contested it. But over time, Skye earned her trust, earned her faith, and then through all of that, you know, there's this perception of May where we as the viewer, we've seen her be vulnerable. We've seen that side of her where she feels things. Skye necessarily has never seen that. And in this moment where they had that exchange in the motel room, we get to kind of see that those walls come down a little bit, that they're both feeling the same thing right now. The playing field has been leveled for the two of them. This betrayal hurts all of them just as much, no matter how much May controls herself or doesn't let it show. She's never not feeling any of those things. You know, a great example of that, again, something that hasn't necessarily been shared with the team, but we know it as the viewer. She still carries around that pain from the event that set her on this path. Like Coulson says, she didn't always used to be this way, you know, but that event in the past really messed her up. But she's not the type of person to be numb. She wants to feel that. She feels that because she feels things so strongly. She still carries that guilt, that weight, that pain. She doesn't let it show, but she also will not forget it. You know, there was that conversation about whether or not, you know, you let something go or you forget it or you hold on to it. And she's the one to hold on to it because that pain is a part of her. And denying that would be a disservice to the people that sacrifice their lives in that situation. But on top of that, you know, she can utilize those emotions that she buries into her when she needs to fuel it into the mission, to put it into what they're going after, to fuel her drive, especially anger. The anger she's feeling right now, like Skye said, she doesn't necessarily have her set of skills. She doesn't have a way to channel that anger necessarily as just this hacker. But like May came in there to back her up with that and was like, hey, seems like she's gonna take over Ward's little training sessions for her. It's like, hey, every morning I'm up doing my thing. You're welcome to join me. It's just such a great little character moment, man. But guys, with all that said, I'm excited to see how this season comes to a close, because I don't know what the fuck was going on, but I have no idea how this season comes to a close. So I'm excited. So next week, we'll be diving into that episode, and we will finally be closing the door on season 1. But guys, what'd you think of this episode? Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If you did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Remember, we'll see the following 3 reaction. Check it out over on Patreon, or if we got a Marvel channel, get you access as well. Speaking of, before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends: Manny Sherritt, Ryan, Karen, York, Orskov, Melita, Robert Anguiano, Jeffrey Hale, Jake Cantrell, Eric Official, Casey Wood, and JoJo. Thank you guys so much for continued support. And that's it for this video, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.